I don't know if the mic is working at this time, but let me know. Since this is the new setup, I would love to get some feedback while I'm getting things prepped up and ready to go. Also, if you can hear this, let me know if the music's too loud. All the things. Ooh, then you'll be able to let me know, because it might get real loud. Let me know if you can hear when I switch it over to the desktop. Perfect. That means when I cut the mic and switch it to desktop audio, that it still plays the music in the background. Noise, noise. Hey, hey, welcome back to the Misadventures of Mr. Fish. I'm Mr. Fish. How's it going? Uh, Let me know if things are things. Because I am definitely new to this whole doing things on a computer. Everything has been on my phone, and so uh, I'm hoping the mic's working. Uh, who knows? Maybe I'll have to click on some subtitles or something like that. uh, Ta-da! Oh, look at that. See? That's how you know I'm legit. I already have a bot showing up. Oh, man. Let's see. Is this fast? Boom. Bam. Nice. Oh snap! Look at that. So if I'm looking over here, it's because this is where I have my giant monitor, so that I can actually see what's going on in not tiny little text. So this is me looking over there at this big ass screen. But let's see who's here. The wifey is in chat. We got Jay from Jay's Diecast Creations. Glad to have you on board. Essex. Let's see here. We got Hobby Time. Hey. Oh man. Thanks. I tried to look handsome. I even did my hair a little bit because I was like, you know, it's Sunday. I could be lazy. People would totally understand if I just looked like garbage, especially with some of the stuff that I've been posting talking about feeling garbage over the last week. So, but no, I tried. So that's what actually took me forever because, like I said, I was going to try and go live at like 10:30 this morning, and now we are here at almost 3 o'clock. So yeah, but hey, we accomplished it. We are here. So, yeah. I think you'll have to let me know, because like I don't tend to have music in the background of things, but I found like playlists of random stuff to put in the background. But I digress. That's just me finding out what things people enjoy and talking and stuff like that. But the real reason why we're here, let me open things, is because we're working on Snagaboys. I had a goal for myself that by the end of this month, I wanted to finish my entire backlog of Beast Snagas. And I'm close, but not even close. Thankfully, once I got all the skin tones down and stuff like that, skin tones, super bright lights. So we'll show you here in a better on a better on the thing down. But it's mostly just at this point putting my purple camo on, like I put on everybody, because like literally everybody on my wall has the purple camo. Again, I'll show you better once we go to the top down. Because that's the other thing, is I got the little top down to go through. So I got that to go through, and let's see if I actually did this correctly. Well, there we go. Looks like I have a screen there, but now let's see if it transitions to where I want to go. Oop, I might have to switch it. Hold on. There we go. All right. Bam! We got top down. So the funny thing about that, Essex, is that I just got another set of commandos, because, you know, they just came out. And I was like, oh, I'm going to just start snipping these. I'm going to have all these guys, because what I want to do is I want to turn them into all Sluggachoppers, because I got the Kill Team commandos that are all the specialty units, but they don't translate too well in the 40k, and so I need the Sluggachoppa boys. And then I was like, I have 40 Snagas on my table right now, 6 squig hogs, and then they're bomb squigs. No, don't do this to yourself, fish. Do not cut up and make a dozen more guys for you to have to paint on top of it. And so, oh, hey, no worries at all, hobby. So, all right, let's see, because this is a better camera, anyways. Oh, look at that! I even inverted it, so it's actually my hands. I thought about inverting this one as well, so it would mirror me, but I like this on this side of me. Which yeah, I totally had brought in a little light, fancy. I feel fancy. Let me know if that's way too much. But anyways, so yeah, got all these done, and now I just got to go through, and we're going to purple. I don't know if I can actually get that to tap in. Haha. Look at this. I'm already pro status. As you can tell, this camera, and this camera. This is my better camera. So, and I use, like I said, all the time, just cheap Apple Barrel stuff that I thin myself. This board is literally what I paint on. It's like got so many layers of stuff on it, but it also lets me know if I thin properly, because as you can see colors under it and stuff like that. So, rocking that Apple Barrel, right? So yeah, so basically every single one of them is going to get purple pants. And then I most likely am going to take all of their shoulder pads and do them in the purple camo as well. And then because I did some brown tones, ooh, that's real rich on this. That is way brighter in real life. That's like some milk chocolate right there. I actually like that way more under that light. So I'm gonna do, I think, all the leather straps in purple as well. I don't always do that, but I just think that having way too many muted tones in my comically bright army anyways, because, you know, that's what I was trying to show you guys earlier. Most of my guys are in that rich purple, and it's almost all of their like shoulder pads are the purples and stuff. It's just that these guys have so many different cool animal pelts, which these are the blends. I did a lot of angry dry brushing on some of these guys. So that's why I got so fun in colors. But yeah. And so like this is my Freebooter Captain that I kit bashed together, and it was the first time I ever did an animal pet like that, and I think this one turned out just phenomenally. I think this is probably the coolest cloak I've ever done. So yeah, so I think I'm going to do something similar to that, and then what I think I'm going to do from there is I'm going to actually go through and make each of the ones that are the same models. I think I'm going to do all of their pelts the same, so that way it kind of unifies the unit in its variety, but at the same time also makes it where they kind of match each other, so it kind of separates them while still making them identical. The weird balance we play when trying to make like a individual army. So yeah. And so yeah, so it's just a lot of purple. I'm gonna start, like I said, with the camo. I was doing a few names on a couple guys that I had missed, and so I had some white. So some of them already have some teeth whited in. Oh, cover myself up right there. So, but and then I'll go back through and do a wash on that and stuff, or I'll do like a pin wash as opposed to like an actual wash, depending. So, oh, hey Chris, how's it going? Yeah. Chris is new to the hobby, and he is looking and joining in Tau. I'm like, bro, I know lots of orc stuff, but I know lots of people. So you never know. You might find some cool little things here. And he was also looking for brushes and things like that. And so one of the things too that I talk about is like I've gone through so many random brushes. Like this is my normal brushes here. Yeah, my nice little little dad cup. Best dad ever. I have proof. Proof. Cute kids. I know I'm lucky. Uh, but like I have everything from like, your cheap little craft brushes that have like the foam that I can use to literally most of the time I rip it off, but like, I blotch on things. Uh, Used makeup brushes for dry brushes, like the best stuff in the world. So I have all different things like that. But then I do have my jar of, I got blessed with really good brushes at one point. And so, like, you can see I've beat up some of them already. But then I have like a few that I sneak in there, like I got a couple army painter sets of paints, and they came with like these, showed down here, like the precise detail, which it's a little frayed right now because I was a little rough with it last night. But what we do, get it out of the way. It's we're all brush lickers. You get it wet and stuff like that, and then you beat it back to it. Anyways, and then Bug's here. Look at that. Everybody's just showing up. You guys are amazing. I'm feeling very loved at the moment. So yeah, and so that's kind of everything. I'm not sure exactly which one I'm gonna do. I'm probably not gonna do as aggressive because like most most of the snaggers were done with like this brush here. Because with like the little brushes, like a dry brush, you could easily just overbrush and then dry brush the skin and then do a wash. Some of them you can tell I gave up at a certain point with the washes because I was like, it's 40 boys. Yeah. I'm taking a drink of water because I sound real very, very white low at the moment. So yeah, I wouldn't say that the Tau and Orc are like great enemies as much as Orcs like crumping everything and Tau like fighting back. So so yeah. Uh, hmm. Which brush are we gonna get angry with right now? I think we're gonna grab. So I just start getting some purples down. Hey, no worries, Jay. I'm glad you got to stop in for a little bit. You have a great rest of your Sunday, brother. All right. I give it a gratuitous shake. Some paint ASMR for you. Thanks, Bug. Yeah, you guys enjoy your soup. They're at the in-laws, letting Dad have a hobby day so that he could work up the courage to go live and hang out with everybody. So normally I just literally like I say squirt some on here. It's gonna be a little off camera, so like here, I'll zoom it out so you guys can see. Like it's a big work area, and yeah, so just keep it around here just so you guys can see what I'm doing a little bit better. But yeah, with so many people hanging out and stuff like that, what's everybody else doing here? Like I know the family's out with the other family eating some dinner. Anybody else trying to hobby along? Just listening to me ramble about things. I know the other main thing that I've been trying to do is I like taking pictures of all of my stuff as like the painted army and oh, the other thing I'm doing is kind of getting a lot of excess water onto my paint because I like to just use that to thin it down. because that's the real thing is you want thinner paints. Because I'm using this as a base coat, it doesn't really matter how thick or thin it is, just because it's going to be mostly covered up with other colors anyways. Yeah. Ooh, Warboss on bike. I want to do a bike conversion for my Warboss because I have a Lobo Warboss, and he has a motorcycle, and so I kind of want to do a thing where I can take the base and put it on the other base, and so he's standing next to his bike. That would be sick. I have not done anything like that. The hexagon mesh, I've seen somebody do that for some squigs. But, oh man, you're gonna make me actually grab some stuff. Hold on. Hold on. Let's grab some stuff. Alright. So, just kind of some stuff right here at hand. So like when I did my Def Dreads, I brought them in to the same style as my other boys, and so all of my walkers have the green skin, so it's in the camouflage as well, and then all the purple camo, just like they do on their like shoulder pads and things like that. But yeah, and then I do almost all my explodey bits in red. You know, that's your fuel, makes you go faster. And then, you know, obviously blood on all the weapons. But my camo is actually fairly simple. Just it's mostly a blotch pattern. Hopefully I get to that at some point. I don't know if I'm going to do it as part of the live, depending on how long it takes me to do all these boys in the first place. But I'll show my camo off. It's easy peasy to do. But then the craziest thing I think I've tried recently was my first attempt at OSL, object source lighting. And so with the big mech, he's got this runt sucker, and so it picks up grots and flings them out. Well, I thought with a little bit of, you know, warp magic that's kind of going through this, or technically it's wall magic, going through this, I'd try and do a little bit of it on his face. Let me see if it'll... There we go. So yeah. So he has that little bit of blue light kind of lining up perfectly to where it's spinning. And you can kind of see it on the weapons as well, where it would be reflecting. Because my other logic is, you know, it's not like it's a dark room, so it's not like it's the only light source, you know, but it's so powerful that even in the bright of day, they would do that. So yeah, it's probably the craziest things that I've done recently. I've definitely done some wild animal prints and stuff like that for my beast nagas, for my beast boss and my knobs on Smash Squig. Thanks, Essex. Yeah, it was my first attempt. The thing that's nice about OSL is, in reality, you can do it two ways very simply that make it at least look good, even if it's not good. Airbrush. Boom. Done. 30 seconds. You know, just gotta layer your colors. I haven't played around with my airbrush enough to actually get confident with that yet, so I haven't done that. But if you do the same concept, but like with a dry brush, like, it'll literally just, you know, like spin in a circle almost. It'll pick up those same colors and that same pattern, and it'll just be that light dusting over everything. So it helps just accent the things that would pick up the reflection of stuff. Oh man, yeah, they are definitely some bright colors. All right, hold on. Yeah, you're gonna make me actually go get some stuff. So bear with me. And then, in regards to wild patterns, I definitely got brave with these guys. So I wanted to go for what the lore refers to as a camellia squig, where it's kind of like changing patterns. So yeah, and see, and then you can also see here too where he has like the purple strap, and then it's like the beast hide and stuff like that. So that's what I think I'm gonna do on the Snagga Boys. And then this one is literally like cheetah print. The difference being like leopard print would have like little spots inside the spots, whereas I think cheetahs are like this. I could be lying to myself about that too, but this one went full cheetah, and I really like this one, especially because I also like his face. It was the first one I decided to do face paint, to do like the skull face, and now there's a few people in my wall that have it. Thank you. I definitely see, but that's also the just cheap craft paint, just trying thinning it down and stuff like that, and going through. And then the one that I really tried to outdo myself was when I did the War Mistress on Dagasaur. Danya, the War Mistress. So yeah, this was probably the most insane project that I've ever done. Just because this one has like, poison arrow frog. Oh, look at that! I already got paint on my finger. I haven't even started painting. Just because I got some out and started thinning it. And then I gave it like almost like a rainbow trout kind of fish pattern. With like spots and stuff like that. Like you can tell, like there's a ridiculous amount of tiny little dots that are all speckled down the side and stuff like that. So, yeah, I love this one. This one was definitely the biggest experiment ever. This one took me like a month. Like this is probably like the cleanest, like best orc skin I've ever done. Although one thing that's sad is when I was cleaning up some flashing on it, I chipped a tooth, and so now it's a gold tooth because gotta have it that way. So yeah, and I also love it because it's instead of a power axe, it's a power shovel. Because the model that it was based off of, Tanya, she is an Astra Militarum player, so she loves her shovels. So yeah, so those are probably the wildest things that I've done adventure wise. Thanks, Essex. Yeah, that was a beast. Boss on Squigosaur, and it's so good. Just to show also one more time, like how big that is. Like here's a whole platoon of boys. She looks bigger than all of them. So Gear Guts definitely knows what he's doing when it comes to making something intimidating. Poor little guy. Oh, so yeah. Chris just picked up some of the Death Corpicry, so I'm excited for that. I have some of those guys. I showed him stuff, but all right. Officially put a brush in my hand. Gonna start putting some purples down. Guess we'll just start on one end and work my way through. Oh man. Be brave. So thankfully, because of how I do my camo, I literally just go through and hit everything I want with that base purple. And then I go back and decide on what isn't going to be purple from there. Like, oh man. Bring this up a little bit. Ooh. It's like a little line right there. Oh, I think I was trying to zoom in and fix. So you'll definitely have to let me know if things cut out or not. But yeah. This is definitely a little thinner than I'd normally start with. But it's also good to have it extra thin because it's going to tell me how much trouble I'm going to get myself into later, depending on how fast I start painting these guys. Because I got a lot of these boys left. And I think I'm even gonna go. Yeah, because even on that one I did. So yeah, we'll go purple on all of them. All the metal bits. I don't even care. Because we can go back. We'll have the guns and their little power axe things that they have. They'll have metal pops in there. So, and then their beast hides are gonna go through. And then like this one, he's a chrome dome. Like, yeah, I was like, why is his head so weird? Oh, it's because he has a plate bolted to his head. That's why. So yeah. And sometimes I switch to a smaller brush. I know some people uh, also don't even like to have like their arms on their minis. They just do whatever. But I don't have the patience to glue everything together a second time after everything's done. Also, something too, even though I'm being way too aggressive on my brushes, but I have lots of brushes that I've never used, so I might as well be aggressive with some of them. If you are doing something like base coating, don't be scared to use a bigger brush because, yes, you could put on that with a whole bunch of stuff, but I guarantee you, one of these is going to take much longer than the other one. Like the guy from the Fifth Element. Which guy from the Fifth Element? And I do have the music a little bit quieter, so let me know if you want me to turn it up, if you just want to listen to me ramble. The other thing that's nice about doing all the purple first, oop, I went underneath my face again. I even like centered this blue stripe so I could remember that that's where I wanted to be. It's on the blue stripe. And then I've like already moved out of the way like twice. The other thing is nice is like those spots that look like they're a little bit too thin. They'll be perfect for going back through on with the other colors that I use because I use 5 different colors in my camo. I always do the color I'm using as the base, a similar tone, and then a black, a white, and a gray. Sometimes I'll add more to it, like a brown, like I did with the greens, just because it plays a lot better with it. But it also depends. Now, also with this one, that animal hide, I might have to go back through and touch up purples afterwards as well. And like there's little things like this little clasp, I might go back through and do as like a gold, just because I've been liking gold on orcs lately. Oh yeah, that's definitely thin. I've been actually doing all of my bullets. All my DACA has been gold because I just love the look of it, almost like a brass casing when you do like a good dark wash on it. And I use basically like almost like a straight black wash on most of my stuff. So yeah. Oh, yeah. The main guy. Zerg or Zerg. I think it's Zerg. Which is kind of weird. That just makes me wonder now if. That's the other thing too, is going through and getting underneath here. There's all these little areas underneath. Oh, see it. I might have to turn up the music just so I don't sing too much, but I'm gonna sing too much anyways. Because that's one of the things I do, is I sing about what I'm doing. Not actual songs about it, but just like dropping the beat. I'll try and get just enough in there that I don't ever have to look at it again. Nice. Just enough purple to make it no longer my problem. that's definitely a little bit thinner than I want it. So that's like running through there. But oh, we'll see how well it takes to the actual camo once we get to the camo section. Because sometimes those other layers pop so much that those slightly different thinnesses and stuff like that, which is kind of the whole point of doing like the kind of BS zenithal highlighting stuff. I don't really do it like a proper zenithal, but I used to take and do black base and then white spray paint on top of it, which is way too thick of paint, but it works. So you know what they say. If it's dumb, it works. It ain't dumb. Go through and just get a little bit off of that I just spilled there. Spilled over. Oh yeah. Get a little bit more. That's the other thing too, is that you can use bigger brushes as long as you're smart enough to remember you don't need to put paint all the way down. Oh, see, look, I'm glad I flipped it over, because then there's that strap on the other side. So, yeah, and in my eyes, I'm pretty sure orcs don't paint their own armor. It's all grot armor, so if it's sloppy, I blame the grots. Yeah, like that. Do a couple of touch-ups on his butt right there. But like I said, most of these spots here, I can also come back and cover up with another color, because those layers all add up, and some of the stuff looks like it'll be intentionally like that, with that little bit lighter color there. So yeah, we'll see. So the question is, so setting them down. Hey, no worries, Essex. Have fun. Thanks, Hobby. Yeah. I figure I'll be smart about it, and if I paint the same one, because since I have 4 units of 10, and most of them look the same, because the only ones that I really kit bashed at all was the knobs and thump guns, just so they would stand out a little bit more, and so that way, in case I took a bigger unit, I would know not to grab them. And so I figure if I paint the same ones over and over again, by the time I get to the 4th one, I'll know where all of the little nuances is, and it'll just take me a few seconds to paint the last one of each set. So we'll see. We'll see. Then I've also thought about things. I like the purple too. It's definitely. I used to have a different one that I would use as the main base, but now I use it as the secondary, which is the wild iris. And so they're very, very, very similar, but I like this one better as the base coat, and then this one as the random pattern as opposed to this one. And you can see ever so slightly how different that comes up, because I'm pretty sure like this one, you can see how bright that one is, but then I don't know if I think it's this one. I think this is the Dread that's originally the other purple base, and it's just very dark in comparison. So Yeah, so it depends on the unit, on if there are 5 guys, 10 guys, whatever. So like Snagaboys, I think they can go up to 20. I don't think they can go to 30, but regular boys can go up to 30, as well as Grots. Which Grots, those little guys. Those little guys. So you can have like 10 or 20 of these guys, or up to 30 of these guys, but they're also kind of spendy for what they are as well. I like them just because they're cheap as a total unit if you take just a small unit of 10. But most troops are going to be about the 10. Depends though on the thing, because there's like what's referred to as like elite armies where they have a lot of big guys. So sometimes they're smaller. Like I think Death Guard, you can do five Death Guard Space Marines, or like Chaos Space Marines and stuff like that. So and then other ones, and then once you have that minimum, you can do like varieties. So like an example, like Burna Boys. Burna Boys are 4 Burna Boys and a Spanna, and technically you need 1 Spanna for every 4 Burna Boys, and so you could do 7 Burna Boys and 1 Spanna, or you could do 8 Burna Boys and 2 Spannas, or you can have up to 3 in a unit, so you could actually go 4 Burna Boys and 3 Spannas. Most people don't, just because the KMB is a little less reliable, because it has a potential to accidentally blow up and kill your own dude. But you can mix and match like that. Oh, yeah, you could be painting. Like, I don't think Tau are as much of a horde army as like orcs are. So you might get lucky there. But it also very well could be. I don't know enough about Tau, unfortunately. Now, that being said, I just had kind of a bigger game. I was actually going through some lists, and we'll probably do a video here on it soon, about the next combat patrol game I have set up. And me and my buddy are getting together to do more like a vehicle-based combat patrol. So mine's going to be a lot more heavy units, but so it's going to be like 50% of the points are going to be dreads. Does he? Okay, I was gonna say with the way that is painted, I almost didn't see the thing there. Oh, it's because I started painting it purple and my orky eyes saw it invisible. So, but yeah, so it all depends. And like you were talking about wanting to do more of like the cool robots and stuff like that. You might be in a very similar thing. You'll have like your minimum requirements, different detachments and stuff like that you need to do. And you can find a lot of that information online before you get your books and stuff. It's kind of, or your boxes as well. Plus, you're doing what you're doing, talking to people, getting into the forums and stuff like that, because people will be doing it now with Tau getting ready to have their new codex drop. People are going to be doing a lot of meta testing, just kind of like in Magic, where you're going to have stuff like when Orcs they released, people found a gimmick loophole to abuse buggies in a freebooter list, which freebooters are the pirate style guys, and they are probably the best at shooting with random shenanigans. And so people figured out a way to abuse it, so they nerfed it. Changed the entire game and how it's played just because one squad did stuff. So be forewarned about that can happen, but that's only if you're going to be interested into the tournament play. And the casual side of things, none of that matters. None of it at all. So I don't magnetize my weapons at all. with one exception, and that was my Killicans, and actually I can go grab them as well. But that was more of I didn't know. I wanted to eventually get them all rockets, but I didn't know if rockets were going to, if I was going to be able to get rocket arms or not. And then I ended up kit bashing rocket arms. And so, let me see if I can actually find the other little box too while I'm up. Uh, these are the kill cans. Little box. So, certain things you'll definitely not have to worry about magnetizing. Like these guys, you can only do a slug of choppas, so like you don't need to do it. But what they'll do is like they'll cut off the hands and put like a little magnet there. But so with these guys, I wasn't going to magnetize them originally, but apparently it's like a brush hair stuck in there. But there's like a little shoulder hole here, so I just literally glued a little tiny magnet in there, and then because these arms are interchangeable left and right, you could put a shoulder pad in them, and so it was the exact same size as the magnet. So so you can take and do that, and then if I wanted to, because I had extra magnets at that time, I can swap them out left and right-handed. So, and then, or if I, technically, if I just want to play for fluff reasons, not actually do it, because you can't unfortunately have a fully melee can. They give those rules to us again one day, I'll be able to do that. And so like those are the reasons why some people magnetize. And then shout out to Televised Carnage. Fortunately, he's deployed again, so he wasn't able to pick his channel back up. But this little storage container is where I store all of my extra bits. So with Killicans being a little bit more expensive, I did, because I like rockets, but if I couldn't take my rockets, then I did give myself the option of scorches. So, actually that's a big shooter. That one's technically a big shooter. This one, that one's the scorcher. And that's the other thing that kind of made me laugh, is that because the magnets, technically you can't do it, but the way the edges work, you can like give yourself some like Gene Stiller cans, give them all the gun options. So dual wielding shields. You'd be like the master disguise. A slap. So yeah. So those are those, and then a few extra weapons I was going to switch out, but then I just, I ended up liking these ones, so I just left those ones on. Because I just found the ones I liked. So yeah. And then like I said, the same concepts. This one actually is a little bit brighter, I think, than the Def Dreads, because I think these, when I did these cans, that was when I started doing it. Also, I named them all. Yes, I'm a dork and looked up old school Elite Speed style stuff just to make sure I was doing it right. So we have 2-1 CH 42D, aka Richard. So, of Grots and Rockets. Yeah. F24NK, Frank. And then this is one of my This is actually the rockets for Def Dread. So like, some people will also magnetize these. So they have like the little things in there, and so they'll magnetize that, and then just pop that in there and pop it out is what you need. I like this one because he's extra sneaky looking. And then I just glued a couple extra little rockets onto it to make it look more rockety. So yeah. It was basically the only time I ever did magnets, and it was more of anything. Oh, it's Angelo! See, although I'm not on Twitch, so I don't know. You've been harassing me forever to start streaming, and I'm doing it. Do you see this? I'm doing it. Getting about as much painting done as you do, but I'm doing it. Plus, you get to hear my beautiful voice instead of me hearing your beautiful voice. So. Oh, snap. And I almost missed it. Brack popped in here. What's up, Brack the War Boss? See, this is why I have the giant screen next to me, because then I can see everybody's names as they pop through, and I don't miss them. I started rambling on about purples and cans and stuff like that, and got all excited about stuff. You do paint. I have seen you paint at least one model in the time that I've known you. So, oh man, yeah. So we're just going through and put the purple on there. I don't know, I might move my face cams around as well. Because I don't know if I like myself in that bottom corner like that yet. But I don't know. We might move it. We might not move it. Because, yeah, I don't know where else I would like it. Because if I put it up in the top corner, hold on, let's see real quick. See if we do that. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna be in its way as much, but I feel like it's more of just like stare into my light. Like, just, do you want me to talk softly into the darkness? You know? So, no, that is totally fair, Bragg. I had the bad case of the lazies earlier because I did everything. I rearranged my sock drawer just because I was giving myself anxiety about coming down here and doing this. So. Swap to the bottom left because I'm right-handed. So you agree that shouldn't be there. So if we move me down to here, then boom, now I'm down here. That's not actually a bad spot. I don't know how I feel about this corner. Now I'm saying I don't know how I feel about this corner while I'm moving my mouse, and you guys can't at all see my mouse, but I'm basically talking about where is it? Like right here, like this area right here. I think it's why people have overlays to cut stuff off on purpose. Cause I don't know how I feel about this ring light. So, but who knows? Maybe I'll move the ring light back to the other side of the table. I just kind of liked having all of my business end over here and all my things I'm reaching for over here. So yeah. I think I am going to turn the music up just a hair. Oh, we'll see. We'll see how YouTube likes it. But yeah. Well, and you could be painting. I mean, there's a million of us that sit around and you can't even hear the music. Yeah, because I had it low. I turned it way down. I turned it way down. It's in the back. It's not actually playing through the system. Actually, I don't know. You guys can help me test this out real quick. It might have more clear music if I go like this. But I don't know now if it's going to be echoing because it's going to be playing through the desktop and through my mic if it picks it up in the background. So you'll have to let me know if I just ruined my whole life in doing that. Let's test this. Alright. Got that, we got that. Let's turn this volume up just a little bit. It did sound echoey for a second. Okay. That's half the battle. So what if we cut this one? Yeah, I talk a lot anyways, so it's more or less just so that way, there's something in the background, because some people don't like listening to somebody ramble. I have just become aware that people had music in their background because I never even heard their music in the background before, and all of a sudden, like, they stopped talking, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, there's tunes in the back? So, yeah, and it might be real faint too. If it's still not that loud, awesome. Because, I'm right here, and I can be as close as I need to be so you can hear me over any tunes that I have in the background. That was for you headphone users out there. Some fish SMR. Appreciated. Alright. What's crazy is I'm testing out the OBS studio as opposed to doing it through the YouTube studio, because the YouTube studio was kind of messing with me a little bit, and I was like, it's like, you're not going live, but we're going to start sending alerts that you're going live, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that, because that makes me feel like if I'm just goofing off, I might accidentally go live when I don't mean to go live, which is why those who were here at the very beginning, got to see the Dogosaurus screensaver for a little bit, because I was like, I don't know what is and isn't working at the moment, and then from there, yeah, it's just a matter of, oh man, see, that's why I think my camo goes so well, is because I feel like I go super, like, squirrel all over the place. I'm just like, this needs more paint, let me just paint this section. Oh, this needs more paint, let me paint this section. Oh, and also, Chris, totally good call on me painting, because, like, I didn't even realize, but yeah, I literally moved right down to where the screen was originally. So, I think we made the right choice. Thanks for that. Actually, I like that so much, I'm going to lock it in. Bat, 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 bat. Now I can't even move anything. There we go. But yeah, since I'm using the OBS stuff, there's actually the Restream tools, which is what I'm using, just so that way I can get used to it, and it's a lot bigger chat room area, just so I can see stuff better. And technically I could flick a switch and it will trigger to turn on my Twitch as well, so that would be neat, if that worked. But because I don't know, but like I might not need a double stream, because like I don't really have much of a Twitch presence anyways, but technically nobody does when you're first starting. But so he's like, you do hang out with a lot of Twitch communities, so you should probably do it on Twitch. And I'm like, so who knows? Maybe I'll take after Big McDan Skull and do like a once a week on each or something like that, or like he does the whole hobby hangouts on Sunday mornings, and then goes through and does his actual streaming on. So, I just realized when I went through the first time and did the other guy, and this is why we were doing all the same guy at the same time. I didn't do his wrist straps, and I think I did all of my other guys with their forearm straps in camo. So, looks like we're adding just a little bit more purple. That's fair. I do know and follow quite a few of the people who go full Hulu for a little bit, but it's just one of those things that it's having fun, making a meme of yourself, because life's too short to take things too seriously most of the time. Granted, there are definitely things worth taking serious in the hobby. Uh, Painting ain't one of them, in my opinion. It's like bouncing around. Oh yeah, way more purpley. Technically, I think I do actually have fake glasses as well. I don't know if they're in here. Uh, I also have my Jar Jar mask that I have hung up in my hobby room. That would be stuff to get the Jar Jar Binks streams going on. Although I don't know if we're allowed to Jar Jar Binks. That might be a terms and condition thing. He's gonna find out. Oh man, how many times am I gonna touch that spot? This is why people use paint handles. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I don't use an actual paint handle. I literally will just put like a piece of sticky tack on top of a paint bottle and then just hold the paint bottle. Yeah, that's way better. Alright. This guy is already mostly dry, so I don't have to worry about it. And that's going to be the thing that's nice about this, is that once I get into that rhythm of getting through these guys, it should be fairly simple to just do it. I don't know. I'm almost tempted, because I can just go back and touch up the camo real easy. I'm tempted to almost do all of that before I do the animal pelts. Just because with the animal pelts, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Because there's technically 10 different guys, and they all have different animal pelts on them. Whether they're like the dinosaur squiggy types, or like the wolfy types and stuff like that. And so I think I'm going to do like the wolfy ones in that very similar bluish gray tone. Right? I was serious once. I didn't like it. But let's see. Let's see what I do. Brock definitely doesn't take himself serious. He's a TikToker. No, I'm just giving you a hard time. I actually just I just signed up for it myself recently, because there's actually a lot of really good information out there in between the people doing the weird dancing trends over and over again that may or may not be mildly offensive to some people, depending on other people's trends of telling people that their stuff is like ruining things by doing trends. I don't know. It's weird to see trends happen in real life. Like, in real time, I mean. where it's like, do this thing, and then you just see everybody do that thing. Although I will definitely laugh on the day that I see Brack the Warbass in some cat ears. So, not saying you couldn't pull it off, brother, but just don't seem like the cat ears type. Now, a hair squig, maybe. See, yeah, you could have fun with it and be silly. That's I think one of the reasons why. Like I do every once in a while, do my little stop motion movies and videos and stuff like that. Where I don't know, it's dumb. Just but so you want to see the guys, but hey, you know. So just can't take yourself too seriously sometimes. Have fun with it. I like how each one of these people I have painted differently, and I'm pretty sure me painting the shoulder first on the last one is what caused me to touch the shoulders so many freaking times. That's the other thing too, is like as you get used to painting Chris, if you're still here, you'll find weird ways to balance your hand to do things you want. Like there's people that can paint like chopsticks, man. Like they hold it like way back here. I can't do that. Uh, so, uh, there's a guy that I follow on Instagram that I've met through streams and stuff like that. Well, I haven't met him personally, but I've talked to him and stuff like that. And he does green stuff, which you can tease and stuff like that, like clay. And he does insane animal fur textures. Like, he's done some really cool conversions. Um, so, yeah. His name, I believe, on Instagram is the Squig Lebowski, and he is just insane when it comes to that stuff. That's funny. I've thought about that. Like the little lollipop spinners or whatever. Going through and putting it on there and just so you can spin it around. I've seen a guy that had his mini, he wanted to do it on a turntable, but he didn't have a turntable, so he literally just put it on his like power drill. So, oh man, I'm really liking how well all these different skin tones are pairing with this purple. There's so much randomness that I'm doing with all this. I just be more aggressive with it. I don't even care. They're troops. No one will even notice. But it's camouflage anyways. They're not even gonna see him. Oh, see? Angela knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, Squig is nutso. Uh, he can basically build anything out of anything with green stuff and stuff. Like he did like these Stargrave troopers that looked amazing with like little frog heads and stuff. So yeah. Oh man. It's so crazy. I feel like this month hasn't even started and it's already almost February. The little ones birthday's coming up here in like 2 weeks. So it's gonna be crazy. She'll be actually 2 years old instead of me saying almost two all the time. So it's crazy. A little hole in his pants right there. So I could technically go back through and do a little brown in there if I wanted to. But I don't think I'm gonna put a brown hole in his pants now that I said it out loud. So I'm just gonna keep that roughed up looking. Yeah, definitely the right decision on that purple pop there instead of the leather. Yeah, definitely the right choice. Oh, just thinking about next weekend because we got a combat patrol getting together, and me and my buddy have been talking about doing different stuff. And so I'm gonna bring a vehicle heavy list, but it's also one of those things that I don't know if points are gonna update with the chapter approved yet, or by next weekend. It's like I'm definitely one of those people that I try and play by the book because if I do want to eventually go to a tournament or something like that, I'd rather know what my stuff actually does than to realize that I've goofed up and brought too much or not enough of something, And so the Def Dreads and how I run them, if I run a trio of Def Dreads, it comes up to 300 points. 3/5 of my combat patrol. But they all become independent once they hit the table. So, that's technically 3 beefy units instead of 2, not so beefy units. But kilocans are going down 5 points apiece. So my 6 rocket cans would cost 300 as well. So I could technically take 2 units of 3 cans or 1 unit of 6 cans instead of the dreads. And that is more bodies, and they are more rockets. Oh man, did I even go back and get that strip on the last guys? I'm gonna have to go through and check, because I don't know if I did. I definitely didn't paint it on that guy. See, this is why I did this, because this way every time I miss something I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm still painting the same model, so I statistically should know to go through and fix it. We'll see if I forget again and go to the next model. But yeah. Or who knows? Maybe talking about streaming stuff. Maybe since this was so smooth, maybe here shortly I'll pop off and pop onto Twitch for a little bit just to draw a secondary crowd. Or maybe I'll just hit the button and it'll activate it automatically and I won't have to do anything. And it's that simple. One of these days. It's that weirdness. We're just like trying to figure out, if what's right, for you, kind of thing. So I definitely want to put that more effort into it because I enjoy the hobby hangouts and BSing with people and stuff like that. And I want to also give back because I don't think like I'm the best at what I do by any means, and I think that's kind of what I want to show is that anyone can do wonderful things if they put enough effort into it. TikTok, I'm pretty sure is just Mr. Fish. I don't know off the top of my head though. Because I didn't updo it. Oh man. I'll have to send it to you back. I'm pretty sure it's just Mr. Fish. It might be the Misadventures of Mr. Fish, but I'm pretty sure it's just Mr. Fish. So. Well, yeah, and that's kind of what it is too. Is I'm having fun. I'm definitely having fun with it. It's just also just wanting to, pop out there. I have goals, things that I would like to accomplish, like hitting the first one just recently. It's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to start doing the live stuff, just to get it out of the way. It's because I just hit my 100 subscribers, so it officially says the Misadventures of Mr. Fish in my URL, which is the cat's meow. But like I think the next step after that, you don't get until like 500 and then 1,000 and stuff like that, and then after that you get the ability to actually post short like little blurb things, like almost like a Facebook account but on YouTube, which would be nice because I do a lot of like my whips and stuff like that on Instagram, and so we'll see, because I could do that, but I'm still a ways away from that goal. But I did. Technically, the channel's been alive for almost 2 years, but I've only actually been actively doing stuff with the channel for 1 year almost. We're just under the 1 year mark for active use, because I started taking it a little bit more seriously, for lack of a better way of saying it, just taking it more as a thing I want to do as part of my hobby in April. But I actually started the channel itself in March of 2020, shortly after we had the little one, because it was one of those things that like I just wanted to share my stuff. I had a lot of ideas and different things I wanted to showcase, which I ended up getting way too busy for and never videoed any of it. And so then it took another year before I decided to take it seriously. I just made a deal with myself that there was these two things. One thing that was coming across the ocean and another thing that was coming from across the country. And if they showed up on the same day, I was going to do an unboxing video. And I did. And since then, I've been just slowly but surely doing stuff, but I don't really get a lot of things, so I don't really do unboxing videos, because Beast Snaggers didn't really need an unboxing about what's in it, because everyone and their mother already knew, because orcs are orcs, and there's already a lot of really good people who did really good videos, like Brack yourself did a lot of good stuff with like the rules updates and the leaks and stuff, so I was like, there was no need for me to do that. It's just me just sharing my hobby, but I also enjoy like the other things, because there are other things in the hobby that I do I talk about Gaslands all the time, but I don't do that nearly as often as I would like to. But it's because like that's what one of my next videos is going to be, is just like swarming yourself with so many things you can't actually enjoy your hobby anymore. Because I there are things I want to do that I do not make time for. So that's kind of like I wanted to do this just because I was like, yep, if I do this now, if I do this live, I have to do it, and or I could just sit down and talk to people. Either way, I'll get some entertainment out of it. So yeah, I did know I missed just that little line there. I was like, I don't think I held that angle on the other way. Boom. So yeah, these guys are already starting to turn out good. We're already 3 down, 3 out of 40. That's like 1.5%, 1.25%. Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah, because he did there was some of the hot take stuff, but at the same time, like some people, man, some people go way deep into the hot takes. I don't think you ever went that deep into some of them hot takes, uh, but yeah. I was gonna have to find specific things. Like the other thing that I thought about with Twitch versus this is that with Twitch, other than worrying about VODs and stuff like that, you can more or less kind of play whatever you want for music. So if I'm feeling a Disney day, I could have a Disney day while I'm painting, and stuff like that. I mean, technically I could do it here too, but the intent is there is going to be somebody that goes back and would watch this video if they didn't get to actually hang out with the hobby hangout. Not necessarily that they will, but there could be. I definitely know that I've gone and watched my fair share of things that they would have been more fun had I been able to make the actual video. But I got lots of cool information out of going back and watching somebody's VOD, video on demand. For those that don't know what VODs are. Yeah. Yeah, and I've definitely been enjoying your painting as well, Rack, because you've definitely been doing unique stuff, in my opinion. Like, not necessarily unique, like you're going next level, edge highlighting nostrils to the level of Golden Demon, differently. But you're having fun and making them your own. Like, I love the fact that you used actual pigs as reference for your squig hogs. Like, that's such a brilliant idea. Especially since I'm a farm boy, I grew up raising potbelly pigs, uh, and so I had this one. His name was Piglet, and he was just a big old boy and had a little black spot on his butt. And now I'm thinking I kind of might want to do a beige squig hog with a black spot on his butt, just for that. I wonder. What's that? I was wondering if it actually pulled over here on this other screen, and I got some likes on the video already. Thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all. Oh, man. Yeah. There's definitely... Oh, I definitely stopped too much water on this brush, but that's okay. That's okay. This means it'll flood into all the recesses and I won't have to worry about it as much. Go back and get those straps when I have a little less moisture on here. have to look up some of that. But like I was saying earlier, the way that I do it anyways, a lot of those errors are covered up by the other camo colors. Not necessarily it's an error, it's just that it's way thinner than I want to, and I'm probably way too lazy to go back and actually put forth effort into changing it. And then we have Ange, who's getting me to download games that he never has time to play anyways, because I don't have time to play them either. You know. I did download the Yu-Gi-Oh! Masters for PlayStation, and I'll tell you what, I definitely have not played enough modern Yu-Gi-Oh! For all the stuff that you can do now. Like, I'm still in like the tutorial section, and I'm like, do I need to add these cards to my deck now, or will it tell me when to add these cards to my deck? Because I took the dragon starter. Because obviously I'm a 90s kid. You tell me I get a free Blue Eyes White Dragon, I'm taking the free Blue Eyes White Dragon. So yeah. See, that's the other thing too, is I thought about because of like late nights when I don't want to paint and play video games, I could use YouTube as my hobby stream and Twitch as when I want to play video games. You know, like one of my big guilty pleasures is Minecraft, because it's just such a mind, like a time sink. Like, you can just melt your brain and play Minecraft for hours on end. And I have VR for the PlayStation, so. Alright, Bragg, thanks for stopping by. Much love, brother. See you later. Platinum rank on Magic or platinum rank on Yu-Gi-Oh! Already? You savage. Let's see here. It's actually just a wee bit chilly, so I'm going to turn on the heat. So let me know. Let me know if that gets that's too loud of a whirring noise in the background. Because if it is, too bad. It just got a little bit nippy down here, so the temperature must have dropped. So, Master Duel, man. But we've had talks before. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was like your jam starting out, right? Like, that's what you used to do before, was stream Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in the day? Like when you first started streaming? Before you became a hobbyist streamer? Or as I like to call it, a bullshit artist, because everyone knows that that's really all hobby streams are. He says while doing a hobby stream, bullshitting with people. So, yeah, you might have to let me know the ins and outs of all the cool stuff, because I've definitely, like, there's stuff that, yeah, I did not know was like a thing nowadays. You know, like, you gotta set your magic cards, you gotta set, yeah, I knew all that. Like, you know, set your traps. Can't use your traps the same turn, even if you are the one, even if the method to trigger it does happen or whatever. So I've learned a lot of that stuff pretty quick, because I remember a lot of that from back in the day. But, yeah. Aw, snap. A Pokemon streamer. That's what it was. I knew it was something that was anime and game related. So, dude, same hobby. Like, that's, I think, well, that's honestly one of the reasons why I wanted to become a content creator in the first place. It's like, yo, I want to talk. I have lots to say.
talk to me. Like, I don't care. Let's talk about anything. Like, I don't even know about that. Cool. Tell me about that, because then I might be able to apply that somewhere else. You know, hobby adjacent stuff, as I like to say. Uh, but since I'm using technically OBS Restream stuff to do the YouTube instead of going through YouTube itself, it just popped up saying we've already gone through 100 messages today in chat. So y'all are amazing. We're talking. We're doing exactly what I wanted. This is making me so happy. So, and was it the Pokemon the video games, or were you playing like cards, like a Magic streamer, but Pokemon and stuff? Because I know you get excited about Pokemon cards too. But I want to say it was originally like the Pokemon games. Over here a little bit, so a little bit more centered. Wow. It's so crazy going through and like, it's like I could totally, I don't have to paint all this. I'm probably not ever going to a tournament where somebody's going to try and, you know, put my army under display to try and win a prize or anything like that. So why am I taking and painting all these hidden under details that no one's ever going to flip my mini over and look at? And I'm like, because I just flipped it over and saw it, so I gotta paint it now. Man, mini painters are nut jobs. Why do we do this to ourselves? Because it's fun, even though it's crazy. That's fair. You were taught how to paint, then you were taught what to paint, and now you're a painter and have no money ever. Because the hobby is a sinkhole. Nah, it's fun. It's cool having something at the end of the day that you can look and be like, I did this. This is mine. There are many things like it, but this one is mine. Which is why I literally do purple. Oh yeah, I got that way too thin. Or too much water on my brush still. Get some more paint on the brush. There we go. Now it's all wet, so the paint's gonna just slop around. Wet blending without wet blending. I wonder if it's actually been tracked. Oh wow. I've already been live for an hour and a half. It's wild. Time flies by when you're having fun, as they say. I was also doing a bit of filming earlier. I'll make time to do the editing tonight. Talking about some hobby updates on some of the stuff that I've been working on or some of the stuff that I've been wanting to work on. It's like my TT Combat stuff, which is now back on the shelf. I wasn't going to put it on the shelf, but I put it back on the shelf. Got it down, do like a little update about that. So that'll be coming soon. I hear doors slamming. It means the fam is home. So we'll see. We'll see if the teen comes down. Starts trying to harass dad while he's live. But they also might have brought me soup. I flippin' love soup. Yeah, I even do my little pouches in the camo. Look at everything. Yeah, I like it too, because like those little pelt differences and stuff. Swirl it around all over the place and realize what I'm still missing. I even did a camo on the soles of the shoes, because like they don't know any better. They're orcs. You say paint it purple, they paint the whole thing purple. Like, and squigs are gross. And that's where their ink comes from, is squigs. So maybe it doesn't come off that easy. I like when I can just be angry brusher and just put the paint on. I had a second there where I didn't know if that was the music or if it was my daughter making squealing noises. But I think it was just building up for a drop or something like that in the song. Yeah, no, I appreciate you staying and hanging out for the time that you did. So, oh, see, told her that there she is.
Sorry, Dad. I know you're doing your thing.
Well, I appreciate it.
I ate some of it.
Carrot cake Oreos. I had some, but here you go, Dad. Thanks, Bug. Ooh, live react.
Hold up. Did you like this?
Huh?
Did you like this today?
No.
I love you.
Love you too. Alright. Carrot cake Oreos. Live react. Carrot cake flavored. Oh. They're a white cake Oreo. Alright. Ooh. That's a great question. Alright. Let's see how well it twists. Oh. Okay. Put it back together. Ooh. That tastes like carrot cake. Things that I want that I don't have. Definitely, I wouldn't mind actually getting a set of boys, just because I only have, most of my boys were used in Kill Team work for conversions and stuff like that. Big boy toys, definitely stuff like the Stompa, the Boss Ed Bunka, and stuff like that. But smaller unit wise, it's a good question. I wouldn't mind more Burna Boys, because having a full 10-pack of Burna Boys would be kind of good. Burna Nate in the countryside. Let's see. Just thinking about orcs that I want. I like my squigs. I don't think I need more squigs. But I don't think I would need any more squigs of any type. So I like the squid dogs. I like the commandos. I really like the commandos. But if I had to go through all the different units that I don't have, that I really badly want, probably a Pain Boss. Pain Boss looks sick. Because I have Erdy Git, my custom kit bash Pain Boy I made, but the Pain Boss could actually be an HQ, which is cool. Mega Knobs. That's actually something that I want to add to the list, because if I got 2 units of Mega Knobs, I could take and do. Hey, you know what? Since we're just bullshitting for a minute, let's just sit here and talk. We don't even need to look at the snagger boy sitting here. So if yeah, if all the stuff that I don't have that I would want, Mega Knobs are on the list because if I had 2 units of Mega Knobs, I can make 5 Mega Knobs and then do one of them as a big mech with custom force field. So, hold on. Kiddo is hollering. I'm gonna see if this actually mutes you. It might go silent for a little bit. We'll switch it to desktop audio, so it'll be the music, but it won't be my voice. I just muted myself. I'll unmute myself. Hey, little one. You want to come say hi? Oh, she found some cool tools. There's Mrs. Fish. And there's the little one. Little snotling.
Give Daddy kisses.
Mwah.
Say hi.
Say hi. That's the cutest. She doesn't come down here often because, it's hobby room and stuff. So this is what the Mazrog counts as, or this is like it counts as, but it's not the Mazrog, it's the Beast Boss. But yeah, getting a Mazrog, the only thing I have an issue with him is that Mazrog himself is a snakebite guy. So I'd have to build Mazrog and then actually just run it as a Beast Boss because I definitely like that model better. But I think that's sick. I like the Shark Mount. And then a War Boss in Mega Armor. The actual War Boss in Mega Armor would be so dope. Because it's funny that you bring up the Shark Mount. Like, one of my dreams is I want to have a custom War Boss made. Or I want to do a custom War Boss. Ooh, look. We got somebody trying to sell stuff. Let's remove that, and then remove them. Boop. All right, got rid of that. Bam. And then I want to make like a street shark orc, like that. That's like the dream is doing that. Yeah. Alright. Let's eat this cookie real quick. That literally tastes like a carrot cake. That's nuts. Yeah. I love street sharks too. It's like some of my favorite stuff as a kid. So I would love to have like basically like a mech shark where like he has a fin on his back and stuff like that. I think that'd be sick. So yeah, I don't have any of the stuff you listed. I don't have Mazrag, I don't have War Boss, I don't have Mega Knobs, I don't have the Pain Boss. But there are stuff that I definitely looked into. Like with Mega Knobs, if you have the 2 sets and you have the one with the thing, the 5, since they're the bigger bases, actually, these guys, let me switch over again. These guys, when I did their kit bash, I debated on making them into Mega Knobs. but they're my flash kits, and so because I basically would have to cut the hand off and replace it with a power claw. But I wanted it to be a Mega Knob. But what she knows, maybe I'll magnetize it. But yeah, so since they're bigger than a regular boy, you can only fit 5 of these guys in a truck. And so having 5 Mega Knobs as truck boys would be pretty cool. Dude, the Morkanauts and Gorkanauts do look cool. I thought about kitbashing one just because I have like lots of pieces to do it. But like also after doing the base, the orc base that I did, I'm thinking about turning that into a Mega Dread, which is like a super stompo. So yeah, those are both awesome as well. My only issues I have with Morkanauts and Gorkanauts is that like they're the same price tag as Stompas, but Stompas are like 10 times the model. Because it's, so many crazy things. Stompas are like the size of a basketball. But the Morkanauts and Gorkanauts come with so many things with them, which is why they're so spendy. So they're not really that spendy for what you're getting, It's just that's just well out of my budget. Same like the Kill Rig. It's super awesome. It reminds me of Mad Max, the Doof Wagon, but with squigs and stuff. But I don't have I don't have $125 to blow on a single model. The Bone Breaker tanks, I think they are. I've never taken a battle wagon, but I built my own battle wagon, but it's way too big to ever play at anything orky. Like, I think I sent you pictures of it. It's my kill team box. I've debated on doing a video for it too, but like nobody actually realizes how big it is. Let's go. Let's go grab that real quick. This is a beastie. Like I said, a lot of people don't realize how big it actually is. Yeah, and then not as greebled on the inside. Oh, actually, hold on, I flicked it the wrong way. Did, but you just lift up here. It's got little bottle caps inside, so you magnetize your guys. You can carry them all in a case. It's always a small unit, but yeah, a wob to now. So he's definitely a big boy. And I actually took this is actually a real scope, but I painted over it so you can't actually use it as a scope. But I thought that would be funny if I actually left it like that. So yeah, this is it's a Nutso one. Some of the tank heads still turn too, and I did like the camo paint under it so that way it didn't look bad when you did turn it and stuff. Top panel here opens up, so you can take a Def Dread. Looks like it's Party Wagon. And actually, I'm pretty sure this still pops off too. Not the way I'm holding it, it doesn't want to. But yeah. So, and this is actually, because knights are 18 inches tall, this is technically as tall as a knight. but it's long. And then I even did the bottom, but it's like cheesier, nowhere near as greebly and stuff like that, because it's just like tank bases and stuff. But yeah. Craziest thing ever built. So definitely debating on doing a dedicated video to that one too. So here, we'll set it on my table so that I have to stare at it. Which is funny, I just realized I didn't switch the camera, so you just saw it all on this tiny little screen here moving about. So, oh yeah, it was definitely some shenanigans, I'll tell you that much. Did I just move that? I think I did just move that a hair. I feel like the light's sticking out more than it was just a few seconds ago. That could just be in my head. So yeah. We got 5 boys done. That's an eighth of the way there. So we got 40 to do. We're closer to done than had we not started at all, so can't complain there. Ooh, I'm not as far out as I was. Alright. But yeah, I definitely like the mechanical aspect of orcs and like the beast stuff. It's also one of the reasons why I like the Snagas, because of like, is it this one? One. I have them set aside too. Like this guy with the wheel, like I just love that. So I gotta work on that too. That's the next project after the Snaga Boys. It's over 9,000. Nah, you're good. Like that's like half the fun. Is I just wanted to do this just to kind of do it, and you're definitely not distracting. If I'm doing anything, I'm accomplishing something. So I am not at all complaining. Oh man, the music just got hard in the background. Bah, bah, bah. See, like, there's these little metal plates on there, so then I have to also debate on whether or not I'm going to go back through and do all those metal plates as metal, or if I'm going to leave them camo like I do the shoulder pads and stuff. That's the other thing too, Chris. You're gonna like you'll get your own style, like that thing that'll be yours, And I think that's half the fun of the hobby is learning a style that like when you paint it, somebody else can look at it and be like, "Yo, this is his." Like there's a lot of people that are amazing artists that do box art, but that's what it is. It's box art. It's not. It's not theirs, like it's not their personality. They're skilled, but it doesn't feel as loved. It's one of the reasons why I also started playing with like skin tones, because I just wanted to see what I could do. Push myself. That's too funny. You know, I've seen some amazing stuff though, like with people that didn't think they could do it, and because they did it their own way, it ended up amazing. Like, I don't do edge highlighting for beans, which is one of the reasons why I started doing the camo painting, is because with camo, I just do it. You know, like I don't have to worry about, oh, what does this look like? What does that look like? It's purple. It's camo. You know, I try and make sure my splotches, you know, don't blend from one thing to another. But if they do, you know, Grotz painted it. Well, this song sounds like a knockoff of Tetris. Alright. Sorry, I had to do that for a sec. What's this? Dude, that's so true. That is so true. I think that's one of the things that built up a lot of my confidence in the painting, because like a lot of people kind of gave me a hard time about going for orcs first, you know, because orcs they have so many hidden details and Easter eggs and like, you know, little things like that, and they're like, if you don't know what you're doing, man, like, you're gonna just make your life hard. And I'm like, no, hit the ground running, you know. And the when I got up to, you know, doing a mech, like, this was my first non-kill team, you know, piece I did. A friend gave it to me. Beatbox. And so it was all black matte. And so I just painted it and went with it. That's why its base is a little bit more decorative than a lot of my other bigger bases, because I was like, this is just going to be a centerpiece. It's probably going to be terrain more than it's going to be an actual model I play with. And then I fell in love with it so hard that I just started growing my whole wall from there, and ended up picking up an Apocalypse box, which is how I got the cans and stuff like that. And so yeah, and the Big Mech with Shock Attack gun. And I just fell in love with that aesthetic. And then when the Snagas were coming out, like, who didn't like Beast Riders? Like, I want a Squigoth so bad, both in and out of game. Squigoths are just so cool. They're basically like the Dino Riders and stuff like that, which there actually are Dino Riders in certain factions as well. I don't know if I turn the music back down enough or not, so you'll have to let me know if it's too loud again. Oh, went off screen again. So I turned. Thankfully, there's that blue stripe to remind me. question is we just, I think, hit the 2 hour mark already. Wowzer. To keep going, eventually they're going to want me to come upstairs, hang out. You know, Sundays are normally family days. Mrs. Fish, you know, busts her butt for the family. Teenager's a teenager, and I spend all day with the little one. So sometimes it's nice to just relax and watch some movie, have some snacks with each other, you know, actually be humans. But I also appreciate them letting me have some time to do this. So it's funny is it's taking me forever to do these like kind of detail purples and stuff like that. But once I have all this base purple down, I would say I'll probably be able to get through all the camo in less than an hour. For like all 40 of them, because it's just literally like bloop 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 bloop. Did I skip over the underpad of his shoulder? I did. Go back and get him. Okay.
Because the microphone is right here next to my face, so hopefully I should always be louder than the music.
Although, I might have to slide this over so I can actually see the edge of my screen there a little bit. Because that'll help me know when I'm off screen. It's like, now I'm a little bit too high. Something too as a quick tip, especially if you have stuff that's already, you know, for a fact dry. Wet brush. Wick some mist paint right off. Boom. Easy peasy. So, are you getting excited, Chris? Now that you got your pre-orders in for your towel? Because what'd you get? You said you got the new Combat Patrol coming out, and then you said you picked up something else too, didn't you? Nice. The Krieg, that was the other thing you got. Tide you over in Southern. What's nice about the Combat Patrol too, have you picked up are you going to pick up the new Codex? You got that as well, I'm assuming? Because that'll help you with your point building and stuff like that, as well as like if you want some help doing like battle scribe stuff, that's fairly easy. No, dude, I get that. Because some of those models are so sick. But yeah, you want to see what you can do before you try and see what you're capable of and stuff. Because sometimes, man, yeah, you just gotta go all out, and just see what you're capable of. Because you know, you might be actually a mini savant and not even know it. You know. Because that's the thing about art. This is why I consider mini painting an art. Is, you know, there are two types of people in this world when it comes to art. Those that can do the thing, and those that have told themselves they can never do the thing. Whether it's singing, dancing, painting, building, slam poetry. If you've already told yourself you can't do it, you're right. Fair. Well, and like I said too, like you'll be able to play around and see, more and stuff. Like, there's times where I'm like, I know I can't do it, so you'll see me, I'll like put like 3 fingers on it and then try and do it. I have to give this playlist credit though. It has been pretty good. For stuff I have no idea what it is because I just looked up, free copyright playlists and then just went from there. That's annoying. So, one downside to having an overly saturated brush of water is sometimes you go over a spot and not realize it and pick the paint back up. Upside, easy peasy to deal with again, because it's just a matter of covering it up with one of the other colors I do later, because I'm just being impatient, not letting it fully dry. But, yeah. Nice. Yeah, I was looking at some of the stuff that's coming out in this next set, and I'm just like, man, I don't even want to play Kamigawa, but I kind of want to play Kamigawa, because like I didn't realize that with the going to the future kind of vibe that they're going with, that it's going to also have some Phyrexian vibes to it. Because like I saw Jin Cataxis, or as Joe used to like to call him, the Katata fish. And I was like, and that's a savage new blue card. So I definitely didn't realize they were going that crazy with Kamigawa. But I wasn't a huge fan of original Kamigawa to begin with. But I do like what they're doing with it. Brothers War, is that the Urza, like the revisiting of Urza Saga? Because that shit would be wild. I can't believe they're actually doing that finally, if they are. That's awesome. I miss definitely old school Magic. Actually, oh man, kind of wish Ange was still here. I would show off some stuff to him too. But I still have some of my Magic cards. I sold off a lot of my collection to get into the hobby a few years back when I was doing stuff for gas signs, getting tools and stuff like my power drill, my foam cutter, all this random stuff. And I have like 4 decks that survived, and like one of them is like my squirrel deck. And that squirrel deck is now one of the most valuable decks that I had. Some of the cards in it skyrocketed, and I was just like, yeah. But it just sits in a box, no. I don't play cards at all anymore. Pretty sure it's still whatever legacy legal or whatever all the sets are called now. Just because very rarely do they update creature themed decks and nerf them. So it's usually control decks that get the ban hammers. So much purple and green. With the exception of the brown ones that I'm doing as well, which I like because it's also like kind of a greenish brown tone. Yeah. Well, and when I went and sold my collection, I was originally going to sell it to a shop, and my brother ended up buying it from me, so that way it could stay in the family, and him and his kids play it now. So it's fun because since they were my cards, they'll call me every once in a while just to be like, hey, how does this and this and this do? I mean, I haven't played in years, but it's because I still know most of my stuff. So, almost 8 out of 40. So, that's a fifth of my goal for today. At least for the first base coat of purple. We'll see if we actually go further from there. Oh snap. Did my camera just die? Is that what that was? I think that might have been what that was. I think my phone might have just died because that's what I'm using for my camera. It's my phone. That's what it is. So that means my top down is currently dead. 0%. It's a way for me to just annoy myself. Uh, hello, darkness, my old friend. So, well, that puts us at almost 2.5 hours. Almost 2.5 hours. So, the money shot. Yeah. I'll finish painting this one up here. That is officially a good chunk of them started. So, I think that's the gods Gorka Mark saying, "Hey fish, maybe you should stop for a little bit, go say hi to the fam, and maybe pop on again live again tonight. Hang out a little bit more." I might do that. Maybe I'll pop up over on my Insta Live. So, but we got a good start on it. Sit here and BS for a little bit still, since, well, who knows? You might be the only one here, Chris. And see if anybody else pops in or anything like that. But let's see. Okay. Awkwardly paint in the light like this. So, oh, it might be me. I might be the other one because I have it open on the background in the other one. So I could keep track of the actual conversation and stuff like that. That's how I'm getting rid of the bots when they come through and stuff. But watching it as well. I could have put it on and muted it so I could keep track of what the stuff goes through. But then, yeah, dude, I was actually rather flabbergasted of all the people that popped in here. Like, but you know, it's that hobby love. You know, like I hang out and BS with a lot of people and a lot of different streams and stuff. They're the ones that actually encourage me to push through with all this. You know, Angelo, he's a sassy guy from Canada. Don't get him talking about bread, otherwise he'll be talking about bread for like 6 hours. But you know, he is one of those guys that he loves so hard in the community. Like, if you know he finds you, he will let everyone know everything about you, kind of in a good way, you know, because he literally gets to know you and cares, and like he finds your art and he's like, this is amazing, you know. At the very beginning of the stream, Jay from he's a Gaslands guy and stuff, and he was one of the people that pushed me through. Same with Brack. When they first started their channels, they both started about the same time. We're both people that both helped encourage me to go and just jump through to it and stuff like that. Yeah, and it's just like, it's so crazy. And then like Hobby Time, he's a video game streamer that also does occasionally hobby stuff and like painting and stuff. Like he just did his first painting stream in a long time the other day. So there's definitely lots of people that I love BSing with and stuff. And who knows? Maybe you'll love this hobby so much you'll want to start doing stuff like this too, and then me and you will start doing weird, crazy Orc Tau collaborations and stuff like that. Downside to used models is usually loadouts. If somebody built it a very specific way, for instance, like Def Dreads, you can build them all melee, you can build them all shooty, or you can make them a combination of them. And if it's already glued together a specific way, you'll have to break those arms off to glue it away if you want it to be different loadouts. But other than that, the other thing is if it's put together poorly, like, you know, somebody just dumped super glue on it, or primed it with like 12 layers of paint and stuff like that. So like you can't even put paint down on it because it's so thick. So you have to strip the model and stuff. So those will both affect you as well. Um, but I've definitely bought a few things off of eBay. Typically not miniatures, but I have definitely bought like miniature kits and stuff like that off of eBay, and I've definitely sold them on eBay as well. Not any used ones, but like on sprue and stuff. So those would be nice to find every once in a while. Uh, but it all depends on what you're looking for, because if you're looking for something specific and no one has that specific loadout for their unit, yeah, it's not always that way, because like there's certain things that do it. But like you were asking about like the bone breaker, you know what? Let me see if I can pull up an example real quick for you. Games Workshop. So I'm not going to click on the tile stuff just because I don't know nothing about tile. But search up real quick. So, like, new boys. Let's see here. So, this is Games Workshop's website, and another bot. It sensed that I was clicking away. Hold on. Get rid of it. Get out of here. You belong in a garbage can. Boom. Alright. So, like, with the new boys kit, a lot of people complained because they were monopose. So, so this is your knob, and you basically had the option of like this or like a power claw. But everyone else basically has only like a couple options, slugachoppas, big shootas, and stuff like that. Well, you can run a full squad of 10 slugachoppa boys, or you can run a full squad of 10 shooter boys, but you can only have like one big shooter or one rocket boy in that squad of 10. So a lot of people tend to want to run 10 specifically slugachoppa boys, and as you can see here, there's like 1, 2, 3 big shootas, or regular shootas, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slugachoppas, and then 1 big shooter. And so because you have that mix in there, some people don't do it. So like you'd have to have, if you just bought these sets, you'd have to buy, if you wanted 10 slugachoppas, you could do it in 2 sets because there's 5 and 5. But if you wanted shooter boys, there's only 3. So you'd have to buy 4 boxes just to get that loadout. So that's pretty nuts. So, but yeah, and so like that's a bad example of it, because like that's monopose. But going back and stuff that you would find in like, oh man, it's all done. It's all newer stuff. But like going through here. So these are the mega knobs that I was talking about. So mega knobs, you can run them with a combi rocket, you can run them with a combi scorcher, you can run them with a combi shooter, you can run them with power claws, you can run them with kill saws instead. you also have the ability to turn one into a Big Mac. I wonder if it'll show the Big Mac one. Yeah. So you have the ability to turn into a Big Mac with the crazy stuff on it as well. So yeah, it's nutso what you can do with that. So yeah. So depending on what you're doing, so like that. Another bot. No way. Dude, again. Hold on. Okay, I did get it. Okay. Uh, so, you don't necessarily have to buy extra stuff, but if you want all the stuff, that's why people magnetize, is because if you want all the stuff, you either have to buy it in multiples or you have to uh, magnetize everything. So, like as an example, is like with the Snagga Boys, we had an option for thump guns, which is the big assault weapon. And a lot of people are like, that's a garbage weapon. I like it because and when you attack, when you move, you can move. If you just move, you can shoot, and then you can charge. But if you move, certain weapons give you certain penalties. So, like if you move a heavy weapon, now it's a -1 to hit. If you try and advance, though, which means to take extra movement, you can't charge, and you can't shoot certain weapons. Assault weapons are weapons that you can. So if these guys were to do stuff, which in the update, orcs got the Wa ability. So your war boss can actually take and do a Wa, which allows you to, on turn one, you can advance, or on the first turn you call the Wa, you can advance and charge in the same turn. So with that, with the Snagga Boys, you could advance them, shoot that one thump gun, and then charge them in for the rest of the way. Whereas if they don't have that thump gun, they can't shoot unless you just regular move, and then they're all shooting their pistols. So it's a give and take. Like some people are like, yeah, that's enough. Or you just throw 10 boys on a truck and then get them down this field faster. Very much depends on your play style. Very much depends on your play style. So, and then like me, because I'm even very different in my orkiness. Like I don't play traditional standards for things. Like I play what I like. You know, like. So that's why I was talking about like with the Def Dreads and stuff and mixing them with different things like that. So yeah, there's all sorts of stuff that starts adding in and leading to all sorts of different changes and ideas. Another example is like there's the kill rig that just came out that you can turn into like a little thing. So. See how charged we are. Oh yeah, we're only at like 12%. So, but we just crossed the 2.5 hour mark. I think that's my sign to wrap it up for now. My paint's starting to dry because I don't use a wet palette. But we did get a good start on things. Ooh, good questions. So typically with those, it would give you it's 4 total models, and so that's what it says in the box. Here, I'll pop over, pop back real quick. So, alright, so like with this one, it's 4 miniatures, so you'll get 3 mega knobs and then a grot boiler, which that's not actually a unit, it's more of a token to let you know that it's there. Oh, haha! I'm in this corner on this screen because we switched it on the other screen. So yeah, and then you can always find out too by going down and seeing under product information, or no, description. Yeah, description. So I'm going to part 3 Mega Knobs and a Grotto are there. And so each Mega Knob has the ability to be kitted with like a Power Claw, Twin Link Shooter, so like Combi Shooter, Rocket Launcher, Shooter Scorcher, and or one Mega Knob can be assembled as a Big Mech and Mega Armor with a custom Mega Blasta and Power Claw, which functions as mech tools for battlefield repairs. And you have the option to equip your Big Mech with a back-mounted custom force field or teleporter Blasta. And so the teleporter Blasta is what's on the box art right there. And then, let's see here. And then that is the custom force field option. So, and then yeah, so you have like all the saw arms and stuff like that to do stuff with, but it's basically just the 3 sprues, and it has all the options so that you can build the guys how you want. And so yeah, and that's how a lot of the kits are. Is that they will yeah. Oh, no worries. Yeah, there's lots of stuff in there. Well, okay. So, well, let's check out Tau. So with the combat patrol, it's technically going to be multi-part boxes. So you'll have like your different sets of sprues in there. So you'll have 1 ethereal, 1 cadre fireblade, 1 ghost skill battle suit that comes with 2 drones. You'll have 3 stealth battle suits that'll come with a drone and a homing beacon, and then 10 fire warriors with 2 drones and a support turret that can be built as a strike team or a breacher team. And so what that means is that like those are the different options. So you have like this dude is 1 dude, this dude is 1 dude, this dude is 1 dude, excuse me, this dude's 1 dude, this dude's 1 dude, these 3 are 1 dude, and then this dude is with all of these guys, and then you can set them up as multiple different options. And so yeah, so it's that guy, and it's kind of showing you what their different things are, and then depending what you want to load them out with, and then let's see if it has a sprue. So this is this guy's sprue, and this will have everything you need right there on it. This is this guy's sprue, and then those are going to be your 3 stealth warriors, and so that's like part of what they have there. There's their drone that it comes with. There's the other half of the stealth suits, and then this is going to be your 10 dudes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means that unless there's some more legs here, you definitely have another sprue. Yeah, so yeah, you'll have 2 sprues that'll be all the different options available for you for those guys, as well as all of their drones that they can build. So yeah, so it's 23 miniatures. So in this box, you'll probably get like 4 or 5 sprues in total. So yeah, but then it'll give you lots of different options on the loadouts and stuff. I don't know yet on Tau loadouts and stuff, but like, yeah, it'll give you lots of different options on there. Let me go back and see if to the orc stuff. Another great version. Flash gets all the same. But yeah, it's like the Morkanot and Gorkanot. Like you can see this is actually the same box. These two models come in are the same kit, and so you can build it that way, or you can build it the other way. So yeah, so like there's him and all the different things he does. And so they have completely different loadouts with the exact same stuff. So there'll be tons of leftover bits that you're going to have afterwards, you know, depending on how you actually build it out and stuff. You know, or let's see here. These guys are like a lot of things like the Gratis, more or less, they're always the same. You know, the Weird Boys, the mechs. Weird Boys, another one that I don't have. That would be cool. A lot of people complain about this chain being unrealistic. But like knobs. Oh, is this the classic ones? I think these are classic boys. So like yeah, so Slugachappas, you know, it shows a couple of them with shooters, but you can take and do it. It shows one with a big shooter here in the backpack. You know, it gives you the option of with the power claw and there's the slugga and things like that. And so, and there's tons of different loadout options with them. Because like with these guys, you could go all shooters, which are the bigger guns. You know, the two-handed guns. You could get a rocket boy, a big shooter boy. You know, like there's tons of different little things like that. Like you can go through and customize all the little nuances of everything for it. And the tab will have the same exact kind of concept, but yeah, your codex will have all your army building stuff. And then Battlescribe will also have it. It's a handy app and things like that. I don't know if I have a way to actually bring up Battlescribe while I'm doing it. Like, I think there's probably a screen share option that would let me do it, so I can show you kind of how I do that there. But we can also do that on our own. It's like, yeah. So, there's lots of cool stuff. It's just a matter of kind of jumping in and seeing, and then oh yeah, and then the Snagga boys. That's crazy when you think about it that way. So, because when you get, sometimes when you get the boxes, you get a discount. So, I got 2 boxes that each had 20 Snagga boys in them. I didn't realize those were $50 a box. So that means I currently have $200 worth of plastic sitting on my table right now needing to be worked on. So, alright, we're closing in on 3 hours. My main phone for top down is still not charging that fast, so I think we're gonna call it for now. Oh yeah, Battlescribe's easy enough to use once you get used to it, but it takes time to get used to because you don't even know what those words are. Like you could know what a detachment is, but you don't know. You know, like in reality, I could BS a thing. I could BS you a list together in probably like 20 minutes, but I have no idea what it actually would be. So yeah, I'm gonna go do some fam stuff for now. Probably come back to us tonight, so we'll see. Might do either another live stream tonight, might do it on Twitch, might do it on Instagram, might do it down here on YouTube, but that went surprisingly smooth, so I cannot at all complain about that. So thank you to everyone that stopped in. If you're watching the replay, you're the true hero here because I've been rambling on for a lot today. So the fact that you got to this point, like, much love. So thanks for hanging out, and see you next time for more Misadventures of Mr. Fish. Have a good one. Hobby, he was the one that was lurking. He was lurking this whole time. You're a stud. I knew you were there. Alright. Much love, everyone. Have a good one.